My name is David Rozek, and I am the owner and founder of Pandemic Design Studio, located outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in Bridgeport. I own a product design company that specializes in ceramics, industrial-inspired lighting, and some furniture. The birth of Pandemic Design Studio started out of a bit of desperation. So I was trained as an architect. I'd worked in the architecture field for a few years. It wasn't as hands-on as architecture school was, and I really missed the more hands-on creativity and making that I was able to do in school, but not necessarily in the practice of architecture. So I relocated from North Carolina. That's where I went to school, and that's where I worked for a bit. Back up to here, I had family here and a little bit of a base, and I wanted to start a product design company that didn't have any products, which was a problem. So I remember that I enjoyed ceramics a lot in high school, and I was probably an above average ceramic student in high school. So I took a class at a ceramics center and was just kind of having fun with some different things and just creating and enjoying that. And then I got to thinking about making a wall planter for one of my favorite plants, which is a stagborn fern, and they grow in a very specific situation. And so I was going to be the architect for this plant's very unique home that was specific to what its needs were. Designed it on the computer with 3D modeling software. I had a mold cut for it, and I was just rolling out slabs of clay and draping them over this form. And then I was cutting out a square back form, and I was putting those together, and it was very time consuming but enjoyable. And at that point at the Art Center, I was gearing up for what would be my first ever trade show, which was the Philadelphia Flower Show. And that was kind of the litmus test for me on whether this is something that could be a product in my product design business. So I did this flower show. I got a good response. People were very interested in the planters and kind of the possibilities of creating your own manageable living wall that was very sculptural and uniquely yours. So that's kind of where it started. Humble beginnings at an art center, and then several years later I have Pandemic Design Studio in its current form. So besides ceramics, I have a very big hobby that has turned into something that has really crept into our repertoire pretty significantly. So originally, Pandemic Design Studio started with kind of the node wall planners and my industrial lighting. So this is my industrial lighting. So this portion here was patented, and it unscrews and it fits in a 2-inch pipe fitting. And the reason I came up with that is because I started collecting antique factory lights. And the problem with collecting antique factory lights is, number one, they don't make them anymore, and number two, there's no steady supply and they're hard to get, and all sorts of stuff like that. So I came up with this that satisfied the idea of an industrial light, but it was something that I could produce, and I could produce in quantity. So we had those going in tandem, and then the ceramics kind of won out. I was putting more effort into the ceramics and doing more trade shows for those, and people seem to gravitate towards the ceramics a little bit more. The lighting has kind of reverted back to the reclaimed factory lighting because I've found a couple opportunities in life where I was able to get some really significant quantities of lights. So then that's really turned into a different avenue of design and creation here, because I have the quantity for it. I don't have the quantity to make thousands of the same chandelier, but like I said, it kind of reverts back to being art at that point. It's kind of a one-of-a-kind, one-off thing. Pandemic Design Studio originally in my mind was going to be a custom furniture company that turned ceramics and lighting. So we also do a bit of sculpture with concrete now, and really have a few different things that we're pursuing at the moment. What separates Pandemic Design Studio from other ceramic facilities? I would say all the crazy stuff I have going on here. It reflects my interests, my hobbies, my aesthetic, and what I think is cool. I would also say that after seeing a decent amount of ceramic studios, I really have made this a custom studio for me and for my nodes. If you came in here and tried to make something else, it would be difficult for you to make it because it is so custom tailored to be nodes and vases. There are so many little machines and gadgets and things that I have come up with specifically for node production. It's really a design space. This is not really thrown together. There's pipe fitting lights, there's pipe fitting racks, there's pipe fitting this, there's that. Everything is pretty aesthetically in the same family. You'll see little bits of what I'm interested in here. This is all antique electrical conduit. There were wires at some point coming out of here, probably going to a motor and different orientations of things, but this came from a variety of different abandoned factories, and these things predate 1917. This is the kind of thing that I'm interested in. It's a little for fun project. It's my pen and pencil holder, and that's something that sets the studio apart. Is that this studio is a window into my brain and how I do things and what I think's cool and the way I think things should look. I think something that would surprise others about this job is you cannot wear nice clothing to work. So it's going to get destroyed, it's going to get ripped, it's going to get stained. You could have a gallon of clay dumped on you by accident or spilled, or who knows. But I love the hands-on, and it's really cool to just do whatever you need to at work, and you don't know what's going to happen and what you're going to get into. So some of the other surprising things about work. My 2 dogs come to work with me, and I've got an 18-month-old daughter who comes to work too most days. So that's pretty cool. Didn't really know that was going to be happening, but she was born, and then my wife was home with her for about 6 months, and then September came around when she was going back to school. She's a teacher, and continued through being in a bassinet or something most of the day, to crawling to walking. We're at the walking phase. We're actually now at the I'm trying to run phase at the shop. So she really enjoys coming here every day. She likes to follow me around, really likes to watch me do things. It's been really a joy to be able to make that work, and wasn't even in the cards. We didn't even really talk about doing that. To all the other parents of young out there, if you have your own business, I would say give it a try. They kind of fall in line, which is kind of neat. They understand that maybe mommy or daddy's busy and I need to entertain myself. So it's pretty cool watching her explore and figure out her world here while I am able to work. And I didn't think it was possible, but it's been a cool experience. Supporting small businesses support local communities. It supports me, it supports my family, it supports everything I'm involved in. It supports the box manufacturer down the street, and it supports the ceramic manufacturer in Pittsburgh. It supports a very wide variety of people. When you buy overseas and you buy cheap, you can't name one person that helps because they're not visible. What you can see is in your community. When you help small businesses, you can see those people. It builds a happy, healthy community, and it allows growth in communities. I will say that after making, thousands and thousands and thousands of these nodes, I still enjoy making them. And I still enjoy taking raw material and turning it into something. One of the big things I wanted to do here was not just have a design studio. I wanted to do design and production because I believe that production can still happen here, and I believe if you're smart enough and you can make it more efficient, and you can save time, and it's still a viable business in America to make things here. You get to support people like me, and you get to keep this dream going and keep this business going, and in keeping it going, you help facilitate whatever else comes next in this business, and that's a very important thing.